This place has a special kind of falling apart. Like the put the whole thing together in the dark. And no one knows where the edge of the night is. And no one knows where intelligent life is. No one loves me. No one hates me. No one loves or hates me. I've been away for too long. So I never really wanted to stay. I've been away for too long. I've been away for too long. Soundgarden album, folks. King Animal. Go get it. Alright, so as I mentioned, Soundgarden just popped a new one out after 20 years. King Animal. Nice fucking artwork on the front there. And basically, I mean, I realize I've been away for too long, right? You should, if you can say this, this means that basically, once you knew who you were, right, and you lost touch with yourself, it's a metaphorical fucking pointer to the, in my mind, it's a metaphorical pointer, it's a metaphorical pointer to the spiritual journey, right? So, Amelia Hart alert! Amelia Hart is such a cutie. Hey, I want to make it clear, no, I'm not planning to stalk Amelia Hart. Okay, this is what I was trying to say. It's like my sales and marketing methodology. Sales and marketing for you.com separated by hyphens. The you is not you who's visiting my website right at this moment and clicking on some of my ads, and I can get my ka-ching from Google AdSense, right? But, you know, I tell people I have a website making money, so what I'm here arguing with you right now and you think I'm a bum. There's some dude on my website making money, and it's so fucking ironic because, you know, I act like a homeless scumbag, and the truth is I'm not a homeless scumbag. Although, it's something like Amway. Like in Amway they say, well, Amelia Hart is the best. But beyond that, in Amway they say, well, listen, if you leave Amway, you should know that Amway is never going to leave you, right? And basically, the goal of Amway is to get the business to go from your head to your heart. So, guys, like, I pulled out, and I've done this for fucking years now, by the way. You know, I pulled out this beautiful little notepad I used to have. And look at the kind of shit that's in here, guys. This is why, like, okay, if I excel in sales and marketing, or in certain aspects of success philosophy, by the way, first of all, I'm the first guy to say you judge a guy by the fruit on his tree. If you like, the only fucking thing I have to offer you guys is lifestyle. I don't have products, I don't have services. I provide a service, but I don't charge for it. If you come to me and ask for sales and marketing or any other kind of fucking help, I'm going to provide that help to you or guide you the best I can or take you to someone who knows or something. I'm not ever going to leave you hanging. In fact, I go out of my way to help people out. You know, this is a nice book, by the way, right here. Kitab al-Tawheed, right? And on top of that is Al-Amali. So I've talked about these books before, and I just want to mention. So this is like, look at all this stuff. This is me taking notes, okay, at classes. Self-fulfilling prophecies. Look at this guy. 1 minute seems forever. Real time, dream time. This is what the kinds of notes I'm taking in a fucking sales classroom, man. Look at this shit. Self-fulfilling prophecies, raising money to keep the flame. If you want to believe something to be true, it will be. Don't foster the piece of shit, right? So, I mean, I got a whole notebook full of shit, right? And basically, it's like Prophet Muhammad said, peace be upon him and his family. Write down what you know in order to remember it. So I'm quoting books and I'm talking about CDs and mentors that have guided me and all this kind of stuff. And people are like, shit, how do you know all this stuff? And I tell them. I told some lady like 3 days ago, listen, if you don't have a piece of paper, I told her I'd write it on my hand. I'll use the finger and I'll write like if or something, anything. Because, guys, I was going to talk about these books. Let me just mention Lantern of the Path to you. It's the world's first self-help book, okay, by our sixth Imam, the great-great-great-grandson of Holy Prophet of Islam, Prophet Muhammad. Peace be upon him and his family. Okay, so now, he's divided his book into 99 chapters, guys. Each chapter is a page long. Come on, guys. If that's not a self-help manual, then fucking what is, right? You're going to tell me, well, St. Aquinas and all this shit. St. Aquinas may have written all these cool things, but that was more of a stream consciousness or prayer, or if you look at the Republic by fucking Plato, these are Confucius or Sun Tzu. Now, Lao Tzu, this is something else. If you look at the Tao, the Tao Te Ching, not Lao Tzu, not Sun Tzu, not the Art of War. I'm talking about Lao Tzu. Confucius, yes, I would imagine you'd see some poetic semblance in Confucian, somehow in the way it's presented. Confucius himself, as far as I know, I don't know. He seems that he was a scholar. Okay, I always tell my philosopher friends that you start with the Socratic imperative, which is that I know nothing. And you're only involved with things that have a practical aspect in your life. Like, for instance, is there a philosophy around how to arrange books? Of course there is. It's generally taken to be alphabetical, but that's probably not the correct and most practical and most useful and most valuable way to set up books. This is what philosophy is. So you start off saying, I don't know how to set up books, and then you go seek the advice of experts. And how do you know what an expert is? You apply the Socratic method. You just ask why. So someone says, well, you set books up chronologically. Why is that? Well, that way they're easier to order. So why is that important? Well, blah, 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 blah. Why is that important? Blah, blah, blah. And then finally, the guy will realize the whole thing is based on something that's not important. And his position becomes untenable, quote unquote. So Socrates started with that. And Plato, his student, like Socrates didn't write anything, guys. He just walked around Athens converting people to his way of thinking, and he got killed for it, fucking by Athenians, obviously, the general public. And he is a great man of God, yo. You know, what a great man of God. I'm not even going to say nothing about him. Go read the first page of fucking, Apology, or whatever the hell it is by Plato, where he recounts the Socratic speech. And the statements made by this great eminent scholar and master and mystic and God-fearing worshipper, right? Socrates was the shit, man. Socrates, basically, the start of recorded history begins with, as far as I'm concerned, the start of the history of science and knowledge. All this shit starts with Socrates, and then Plato. Plato basically hammered the nails in the coffin. Socrates walked around Athens until he was like 60, 70, 80 or whatever. He had a wife and he had kids, and he was poor, and he was basically a fucking tramp, a bum, right? Basically he'd go and talk to people. Like I do, like basically what I do, but I wear security uniform and I do exactly the same thing, right? Or I'll be riding a party cab. Hey, Romy, what's up, nigga? Listen, Confucius said, to know what you know and to know what you don't know, this is real wisdom. However, to get into the poetic kind of stuff, so I said the whole reason I'm giving you this long explanation is because I put out a proposition, and now I'm attempting to defend it. My proposition was that Lantern of the Path by Imam Sadiq, peace be upon him, who's the great-great-great-grandson of the holy prophet of Islam, Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him and his family, and who is also the sixth Imam of Shia Muslims who follow Imam Ali as the first designated successor of Prophet Muhammad, versus the caliphs who were elected by people and not designated by the Almighty and most sublime according to Shia beliefs. Imam Sadiq wrote Lantern of the Path, 99 chapters, 99 pages. However, they're talking about the chapters discuss, and our holy Imam with his inimitable style and the beauty of his writing and thoughts and so forth. I mean, the beautiful thing is all of our Imams wrote and prayed and had speeches and prayers and sayings and whatnot, letters and dictates and whatnot. They're all different. They're so amazing. Like, my God, like, for instance, Imam Ali used to rhyme, period. Everything he said was amazing. Everything he said rhymed. Sometimes he'd give speeches for, like, it would seem days until the capacity of his listener would run out. He'd take a friend of his at the morning prayer, take his hand out of the city, and they'd be walking and they'd come back into town at the evening prayer, sunset. So spent the whole day just walking and talking. And guys were like, oh my God, Ali must have taught you so much stuff, man. He must have imparted so much knowledge to you. And Buddy's like, no, we started talking about the Quran, and we were just talking about the first fucking word of the first chapter, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, and the chapter of praise of God. So guys, I have no idea what I was talking about. Okay, so Lao Tzu. Okay, Lao Tzu. Go read some Lao Tzu. Guys, go read the Tao Te Ching. You'll be like, who's Lao Tzu? Nobody knows who Lao Tzu is. Lao Tzu suddenly appeared like fucking circa 60 BC or some shit. He appeared, like literally he appeared on a fucking mule in some remote village in the mountains. He wrote this book, the Tao Te Ching, and then he disappeared into the mists of history. Nobody knows who this fucking cat is. Now, of course, it's like everybody, it's like Einstein, right? Now, Einstein's all the rage nowadays with, oh man, this stuff that's going on, right? With the two black holes, man. Two black holes, and between them, they've ripped open the fabric of space and time, and we're measuring them. These stupid fucking scientists, I'll tell you the truth, guys. Guys, the truth is this. Fucking scientists have lost the way because they've given up the Socratic method, guys. They assume they know everything, and the real thing, the pre-Socratic dictum, is that you're not able to know everything. Your fucking brain, guys, of course your perception is subjective to begin with. So we have no idea what is actually going on out there. See, the Quran has this beautiful phrase it used a lot of time, which is, it reminds me a lot of my beautiful first-person shooter games. Like, you know what, guys? Go to pawn shops, okay? Go to pawn shops and then go and get the Overdrive app for your phone and get audiobooks from your local library. Go to pawn shops. Look at this shit. This is an $80 game. Tom Clancy, it's a brand. Ghost Recon, it's a brand, right? And then these kind of games, sometimes I'll pick up platinum sellers. They've sold like a fucking million units at $80 a pop. 80 million bucks. Guys, video games make more money than music and movies combined. And the reason is, I'll tell you why. Input is equal to output. My dad, the physicist, has drilled this into us from like our births. He's like, listen, whatever effort you put in, that's the result you're going to get. If you don't put in any effort, you're not going to get any result. Right? So I'm lying here, guys. Please don't think I'm a lazy guy and I waste my time and I'm just, I got so much stuff to do. Like, look at this shit over here. All these fucking videos, man. I got so many. This is just one goddamn folder. I created a folder on Dropbox called Vids. And I noticed there's some videos in there, but the real fucking problem is this. I've been so creative lately that I don't know if you can see this, dear viewer. I'm hoping you're getting some of this shit. So, You can see, like today, I've already uploaded and I filled up my phone and uploaded it already today. And so you go in here and there's like movies and all. This is just today. I just uploaded this today. Okay, guys, look, this is okay. This is the 12th of February, 2016, and this is yesterday. Are you retarded? Look at this shit. You'll be like, where did all these come from? I mean, I don't want to say I hope they're duplicates because here's the thing. It's like in Islam, if someone says Salamun alaikum to you, and by the way, Islam and Salam, same root, and Taslim is the other word. Islam is Taslim, is submission. But submission includes peace, fucking guys. You think, what, like, guys, how can you believe in God and He created people and then He wants you to kill them? Doesn't make any sense. Why would He create them to begin with? Does it make any sense? Our sixth Imam, our very sixth Imam, peace be upon him, said a believer can never commit suicide. It's out the window. Okay, so Lao Tzu wrote the Tao Te Ching and disappeared. It's fucking amazing. The Tao Te Ching I discovered when I was about 15 years old in some market in Lahore, Pakistan, in this section of town called Anarkali. It's a beautiful city, fucking historic city, culture, English, and remnants. I used to go to Aitchison College there. It's called the Eton of the East. Started by Lord Aitchison in 1886 or some shit. 200 of the 260 or 50 fucking MNAs and MPAs, members of the National Assembly, members of the provincial assemblies, various provincial assemblies in Pakistan, i.e. all of the fucking politicians, most of them went through Aitchison. 200 out of 260. And all of their kids go to Aitchison. And then me. Or my little bike and my beat up scooter and all this kind of shit. I had a great time. Too bad I'm not in touch with any of those fuckers, man. I had some great friends from there. I hope I get back in touch with some of them. They're the only subset of people I could not find on Facebook. And I hope you visit my Facebook page. It's zAiDiBoy. Samuelis Remus is my Twitter handle. Okay, zaidiboy.blogspot.ca is my fucking blog. Salesandmarketingforyou.com separated by hyphens. I was going to say that you is not the visitor to my website. You is in quotation marks. Sales and marketing for you. Sales and marketing for you. What is you? If it's not you, who do you think it is? It's your customer. It's the word you. It's for you. What's you? You is the basis of fucking everything you should be doing, which is the other person. It's hard to explain. That's the whole problem with this goddamn thing. It's been going on for years now, since 2008. So, I was talking about Amelia Clark, right? So, see, there's a beautiful saying that, guys, there's a beautiful saying that man falls in love with his eyes and woman falls in love with her ears. So amazing. So, if you really want to make a girl fall in love with you, you get to know her. Because then you can catch her vibe, guys. And if you catch her vibe, then she'll fall in love with you. Right? If you don't catch her vibe, she's not going to fall in love with you. And you can you can catch her vibe without knowing her. If you have some experience or if there's some intuition or some divine grace. However, I have an article on my website. So if you go to salesandmarketingforyou.com separated by hyphens, and then on the right side there's my e-zine, and there's a section called you. And at the bottom is a section called me. The first section is about you. The last of the bullet points, which nobody fucking visits obviously, is about me and my consulting and all this kind of shit. So, what I've said is something like this. A lot of brands put out their promotional message, which has been standardized and commoditized and packaged and put into packet form. The message this is over the last 50 years. And it's all similar shit. Brand new, guaranteed results, best of the best customers. And so you're talking about how good you are. We got a great product. We got a great company. We got best customers. We kick some ass. And then the worst of the worst, which fucking kill me. Like, I tore the vice president of marketing of Mercedes-Benz a new fucking asshole. I emailed him a marketing proposal and he copied a whole bunch of his fucking guys on there and politely declined and told me the standard bullshit of how they have an NDA. non-disclosure agreement with their current advertising agency, and those are the goons that I'm really after. The fucking advertising agencies have ruined advertising. Advertising could be the most sublime and fucking powerful approach to communications. You have the shortest time to make the greatest impact, and it should be measurable is the problem. You have these fucking ads of cars flying through the mist and up mountains and shooting over lakes and all this shit. Best in its class, winner of the car year, more space than any luxury sedan and all this shit. Guys, nobody can tell whether these fucking ads work. From an informational perspective, hey, we know a new Lexus is out, and if I want to buy a Lexus, then I'll go buy one. I mean, like, okay, let me put it this way. These ads must have a nominal effect. It's impossible to put information out there and nothing happens. That's a very valuable statement, by the way. It's a piece of wisdom. I'll repeat it. If you put something out there, it's going to have an effect. By the way, your speech and your action and your fucking thoughts, guys, have an effect. If you put out thoughts, they have an effect. So the real thing is that you shouldn't be too worried about the majority of what's going on, apart from what relates to you. If you should simply know, if you put out bad thoughts, you are going to suffer and be affected by them. If you're jealous, and if you're petty, and if you look down on people, and if you're judgmental. On the other hand, if you're not humble, if you're not honest, if you're not compassionate, if you're not nice, you should obviously be trying to get rid of negative attributes and gain positive attributes, guys. That's the meaning of life. So, Tao Te Ching, okay, is like poetry. And it's the only fucking book out there, apart from Bhagavad Gita. Okay, there's always an exception, right? Bhagavad Gita is poetry and amazing. Okay. Proverbs and the Psalms in the Bible are amazing. Parts of the Bible are amazing. The Quran is simply something else. I'm a Muslim. I believe what Prophet Muhammad said, that to compare the Quran to other books is just like comparing the Almighty Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. Aren't these great? I got all these fucking motivational posters and stuff. So guys, hey, listen, I put down these motivational guys. Oh, if you stick up a car and all this shit, and you stick up Amelia Hart, where is she? I've had these pictures up here for a while, like 5 weeks. But I still have them up there, guys. Right? There's no harm, right? I mean, I don't look at the Bentley and the Lexus and the Jag and all these cars up here every day, and somehow that should be the theory, I guess. They fucking don't explain it to you, I guess, or maybe they do. Like, when you see the car on a constant basis, you're thinking one or two things. Yes, I'm on my way there, or why am I not on my way there, right? That should be it. The real problem is this. You just fucking stop paying attention to this bullshit. Unless, here's the real thing, you put it into place in every aspect of your life. You can't have these fucking pictures up and then you go and spend $6 at Starbucks for a Starbucks latte. I love Starbucks, by the way. You know, in fact, I'm going to go get some coffee right now. Guys, I'm going to wrap this up under half an hour, okay? I'm sorry for wasting your time. I wanted to just sing that fucking song, eh? Let's see what's on RT. Guys, let me give you a little tip in life, okay? The world is fucked right now, okay? You don't need me to tell you this. The world is fucking fucked right now, okay? And for some sanity in the world, I turn to RT. I love this so much. Yeah, I mean, this is my therapy, guys. Okay, this is my therapy, and this is me collecting these memories, man. And then at the same time, it's all my whole life right now is just symbolic.
In Ontario, unions have a monopoly on government contracts. No union, no job. Businesses that can.
My whole life is symbolic. Okay, and for this is RT. This guy's pretty cool, by the way. I mean, I don't like him as a person, to be honest with you, but he's a funny guy. He's got a great personality. Every single thing he says is totally legit and funny and smart and cutting, and politically accurate, and you know they're digging out the dirt. This is Redacted Tonight with this guy Lee Camp. Okay, now he looks like a cool guy. I personally wouldn't want to hang out with him, but I would want to watch his show, and I would want you to watch his show. It's a great fucking show. So this is RT. So the song Symbolic essentially comes to mind right now, guys.
Democratic presidential nomination seeker Bernie Sanders has teased rival Hillary Clinton during their latest sparring session in Wisconsin.
You can always count on the best of the best, cutting edge, zeitgeisty type of elements from RT in terms of, okay, the Democratic fucking thing went on yesterday, presidential debate, and Bernie obviously tore Hillary a new one. Hillary, guys, is the establishment. I used to support Hillary, right? But then I realized that everything that she says is just like restatements. She just says whatever seems to be working. She started talking like Bernie Sanders now. Oh, we're not going to let Wall Street ruin Main Street. And she's also collecting $700,000 from Goldman Sachs in speaking fees. So how is she going to talk about litigating the big banks and putting these fucking executives in jail, eh? And closing down some of these fuckers and making them public and making them accountable and putting new financial standards and practices and a new fucking federal agency in place to make the banks, guys, in Canada, the big 5 banks, they own 50+% of the wealth of the nation, eh? So for some time now, I've been wanting to, you know, actually, I'll just tell you something. I'm just going to play the song Symbolic by Death, and then I'm just going to shut the video. Hey, I appreciate you visiting. Thank God and thank you for giving me this outlet. Okay, this is, you know, Chuck Schuldiner was the fucking axe man, as you might want to call him back in the 80s. Like a guitar is an axe. Chuck Schuldiner, or evil Chuck Schuldiner, he was the godfather of death metal music, period. Now, I know that Carcass and Napalm Death and some of these fucking people, whom I love and bow down to in hero worship, they were out in the UK doing their thing in Birmingham and Liverpool and stuff like that. Carcass and Napalm Death had the same co-founders, right? So guys who started Napalm Death, one of them went off and started Carcass, something like that. Bill Steer, I think it is, right? Or Bill Walker and then Jeff Walker and Bill Steer, right? Anyway, so Chuck Schuldiner, Death, he started Death when he was 18, and he started in Tampa. Now, a funny fucking thing, it's like different geographies and climates have different fruits and whatnot. So in Canada, a certain fruit that grows in a certain province at a certain time of year, you won't expect it to grow in another province at another time of year or in another country or blah blah blah. So it's funny how, like, grunge started in Seattle, right? It's funny how, like, you know, it's funny how English music is the best. It's funny how Australian actors are the best. Don't argue about it. Just go do some research and then come back and then we'll argue. Okay? It's funny how Napalm Death and Carcass aside in England, all of death metal, all of it started either in, it's weird, 2 places. First of all, Tampa, Florida, and then Scandinavia. Like, you got Norwegian and Finnish and fucking even Icelandic, man. And like Behemoth and Bathory and all these kinds of bands. I don't know, like Entombed was a great one from Sweden. Sweden were like, they have some great fucking dark metal here. I mean, it's such a genre of metal. It's like dark gothic. So that's Sweden. And then in Tampa, you've got the mainstays of death metal. You've got Morbid Angel. You've got Deicide. Those 2 are the satanic ones. I think Cannibal Corpse is from Tampa Bay. I would be very surprised if they're not, considering how awesome they are and how in tune with the rest of the vibe they are. You've got guys like Obituary, okay? And you've got guys like my favorite fucking band. I don't even talk about them, Nocturnus. Nocturnus, you listen to Mike Davis of Nocturnus play. I got a video called, you know, Mike Davis is the best guitarist in the world, man. I played Fear Factory and fucking Pantera and Slayer, and then finished off with Crystal Mountain by Death. Comments appreciated. I love y'all.